Happy Monday. It is Monday, and we are here and we are mingling. We are the Conquerors, and this is what we do every single Monday night. This particular Monday mingle, I am joined by the beautiful, the fabulous Mrs. Melissa Kenny.
Yeah.
Yay!
The
And of
little
course,
roll.
I am Kimberly Brown, and we are the Conquerors. So if you are here, if you are watching, say hi. Let us know that you are here hanging out with us for a few minutes on this Monday. And we just want to pop on here because we are a pretty new crew of ladies and gentlemen. And every Monday we come in and do a different thing. This particular week, it is Meet the Conquerors. And it really just is as simple as that. We want to get to know you and we want to make sure that you know who we are. So when we pop on, you are not like, who is that lady? What is she doing? How come we're listening to her and not the one we already know, right? So let's start with Melissa because most of the people watching probably already kind of know who I am. So, Melissa, tell us a little bit about you. What's your family setup? What do you do all day? What are you responsible for when you're not doing what you do all day? Tell us all about it.
Hello, everybody. My name is Melissa Kay. I'm a Mary Kay consultant, skincare consultant. I'm a wife to my husband, Brian. We've been married for almost 20 years now. We have 3 children. My son, Bryce, he's 11. My daughter, Brianna, she just turned 10. She's in the double digits, which makes me sad. And my youngest, Marissa, is 7. I work at our local elementary school. I'm what they call, it's a new position. They call it building assistant. I'm in every classroom and I help the teacher with whatever they need. Sometimes I have to work one-on-one with a student because sometimes students may need that one-on-one. So I'll do that during the day. And then when I leave work, I'm doing my mommy thing, taking girls to dance and all that. And then when I fit it in, I'm doing my Mary Kay thing, which I try to fit it. I try to fit it in everywhere. Like at dance practices, I'm talking to moms, and they might say something. So I started telling them, "Well, I'm a Mary Kay consultant. We could do some samples." So that's what I'm doing. I try to do all that in the midst of my crazy life.
In the midst of it all. I absolutely love it. So I am curious, and I think I've asked you this when you first kind of got into the work that you're doing. What made you decide to go to work with your kids?
Okay. So I was a stay-at-home mommy for, let me see. So it was when Marissa went to kindergarten. So I guess 5 years then. Yeah. And so I really wasn't looking to do anything. So I really wanted to be available to my children. So I know before when I worked at Cleveland Clinic, I worked a lot of long hours, got off at 7. I knew that wouldn't work for my family. So I really wasn't looking for anything, but I always prayed like, Lord, if there's something I can do where it doesn't interfere with my life, being a mommy and all that, bring it. But I got an email from the school. I guess they emailed like all the parents just saying, hey, we're looking for new nates. That's something simple where they just kind of just manage the children during recess time or lunch. And I said, well, that's what I could do a little bit during the day, but I can still be home to get the kids to school and then still be home so they can come home. So after starting that, that's when I began to move into different positions. Things became available to me. And, hey, look at God. Now I'm full time, but it still doesn't interfere with my family at all because I'm on their schedule too because we're in the same school district.
So that's so cool because I'm in education, but I'm year round. But what you're doing is so very similar to what my experience was growing up. My mother has always been an educator. She has always, always, always been a classroom teacher. And so she had the same kind of thing. She was off when I was off. We had the same schedule. We went to school together. We came home together. And she didn't work in the same building as me more than like a year. Because that, for me, I don't know if your children can hear me, but for me, when my mother was working in the same school with me, that was not that fun for me.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, did not love, would not recommend. from the child's perspective.
And she worked in the same school district with you from kindergarten all the way to 12?
So from second grade through fifth grade, we were in the
Okay.
school district. Sixth grade, I went to California because I was having a I want to live with my daddy moment, and she called my bluff. So there's that. Um, but when we worked in the same school district together, it was kind of nuts because, sometimes you can kind of get away with stuff at school. But when your mom is on a first name and like speed dial basis with all of your teachers,
Yeah.
it's a solid not so much.
Right.
Like there's no, I mean, like they would just be sitting up having conversations on the phone at night, and I'd be in there
Yep.
like, "Who are you talking to me? Are you talking
Mhm.
to such and so?" Oh my god.
Yep, and it's kind of the same with us. Like I'll get text messages during the day, even though like Bryce and Bree they're in different building. I'll get text messages from a teacher or something, asking something, clarifying something, so they know that I could be reached like that.
Great for the parent, not so fun for the kids.
Right.
So, tell me, you've been doing this for a couple of years now, kind of your full time work, and really kind of beginning to settle into a rhythm of working outside of your home because your kids are not there. So, the rhythm is different, the schedule is different. What is it that makes you feel like you are really, really the right person for that job? Like, what are the skills and the gifts that you bring to that work?
There's a few things. Okay. Well, the mothering part of it is that
That part right there.
yes, some kids
This is real life.
need that mothering. Some kids may not have a mother in a home. They may be living with grandma. And I notice a lot of kids, they gravitate to me. I always want to hug Mrs. Kenny. They whine to me. Some kids feel comfortable telling me things that they won't tell their teacher.
Mhm.
So that part of it. Um, Also, I'm in a district where most of the kids look like me. So that's another reason why they feel comfortable coming to me, because I'm a person that might remind them of their mommy or auntie or whoever, because
Mhm.
we're the same skin color. Um, I mean, I always didn't think like, you don't really have patience like that, but I'm finding out I do. I sit with the kids and actually I'm learning more things too about myself too, but I'm helping them like with their work, and I'm noticing that okay, Melissa, you do have a little bit more patience and stuff like that. So yeah,
I love
I
that.
think it fits me and my personality, all that.
I love, love, love everything about it. So the work that I do, as you know, is like super duper demanding. It's not always student facing. The administrative piece is the piece that makes my head pop off all the time. Not to mention, I'm team doing the most. And so I'm always taking on more projects and taking on more responsibility, which then takes up more and more time and takes up more and more of my mental and emotional space. And one of the things that I'm finding is that I have had to pivot a number of times in the last, gosh, 10 years around just figuring out like what's my groove around time management, like the balance of life and the time management. And especially for me in particular, now as a person who I never had a side hustle, I never had a part time job, but now I do. And so I am constantly, constantly working to find the balance. I mean, it's not even like a month to month thing, it's like day to day. You wake up in the morning and feel like, okay, this is what I'm, nope, doing this now. Oh,
Yeah,
am I doing this now? Oh,
yeah,
okay, I think I'm doing this now. Well, when am I gonna go do that? I might have to go do this now. Oh, is there an emergency? Okay, I have to go do this now. So is that something that you're experiencing just kind of on a ongoing basis, or is it the kind of thing where once you kind of have it set, like dance is on this day, basketball is on this day, work is on this day, Mary Kay is on this day? What's your experience with the time management piece?
I'm still working on the time management piece. I'm constantly working. Actually, one day when I was at their it wasn't even it was at their vocal arts class. They dance, they sing. And I sat there and I was trying to write out all the way from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed,
Ooh,
each hour, what am I tried doing that and I only got past day one. Like
Mm.
I was trying to do it like for the whole week. And I'm just constantly always trying to work on that, work on myself. And then what I'm finding is even if I have a schedule, I'll be trying my best to follow that. Other things suddenly would come in like, oh, well, Bryce wants to be signed up for basketball. Don't forget to do that before 5 o'clock. I get up to that place. It's like, oh, but I usually do this at this time. Oh, okay. Now I got to drive over there, meet the deadline and sign him. It's just always something,
Mhm.
something.
Yep.
So I'm
So it's
still
the
working on
same
time management. That's a
it's the
constant thing.
same thing. It's a constant struggle. It's the same thing for me, and I don't have any shorties. I don't have shorties at home, but it's literally the exact same thing for me. One of the things that I really, really appreciate about this side hustle that we both have is that there's always, always, always uh, a lesson, a training, some kind of way for us to kind of grow in our lives. When we
Yeah,
start thinking about things like the lists that we're trained to make at the end of every night. It's the list of the 6 most important things that need to get done the next day. And of course, that applies to our business, but it also applies to life. Bryce needs to sign up for basketball and there's a deadline. Great. For
right.
me, that might not make it onto my 6 list because it would be on my calendar. So I'm a ride or die calendar. But it's the interruptions and all the things of like, oh, I want to be doing this right now. Oh my gosh, it would be so good if I had that sandwich and this and that. And oh my gosh, I really want to
I do that a lot.
do
I'll
this.
sit down. I'm just gonna eat the snack for a minute. Then I'm like, oh, but it feels good right here. I do that. And then sometimes I tell myself like, don't even do it because it's hard to get up. You got
Yep.
the blankets over there.
Yep.
Just don't even do it. Or
Yep.
stand up while you got that snack. Just eat the snack while you stand up and then move on. But yeah, I
Well,
struggle.
one of the things that I have enjoyed is that I appreciate the accountability that comes out of this sisterhood. You know what I mean? Like, certainly there's accountability at work, but that's so different. You know what I mean? Like, it feels a little bit more punitive at work. Like, did you get it done? Oh, I forgot. Wait, hold. I'll do it now.
Right.
But like in this community that we have found and that we have organically and authentically formed, like there's a natural accountability that comes out of these authentic and natural relationships, right? So like whether it's all of us in our group as conquerors motivating and cheering each other on. I remember a couple of weeks ago I said I was going to do something for my business, like I mentioned it at some point, and then somebody, I think it was Jennifer, was like, hey, did you do it? And I was like, I'm gonna do it. Yes, but I need that. I need
Mm-hmm.
to share what it is that I'm gonna do, because if not, then I will just hide behind the fact that it's just a secret. If I put it out there, you know what I mean? Like I put out there to you all as conquerors, hey, I am running for my car.
I
By
know. Yeah,
December
you have said that.
31st, I will be in my Chevy Trax. And I've talked to you all about exactly what it takes to get us there
Mm-hmm.
and all of the details and all of the things, because I need to say that out loud. That's not something that I did before I came into this work. I never would have done that. Set a goal and then track it. I
And then
never would.
track it, right.
I never would have done that before.
I
So
too appreciate the sisterhood and the accountability too, where we're texting each other with how you doing? Did you do this? Or let's try to, or you try to make the competitions in the chats. Okay, who can get to 5 faces? And that
yep.
pushes you to really work your business, and you make it fun too. But I
Yeah.
do appreciate the accountability. I do. Or
Yeah.
the
It makes all
motivation,
the
because
difference.
sometimes I'll follow other Mary Kay consultants or some people that's in our group, and they do something. I'm like, I should do that too. So I also get motivated too within the whole Mary Kay bubble.
Oh, it was me that was frozen.
Yeah, I see you're frozen. Well, now you're not.
Okay.
You're
I'm
good.
not. Okay, great.
You are all the way good.
Okay, well, it's a good thing that we're freezing up. Well, I'm freezing up apparently. When it's almost time to wrap up, we are almost at the 15-minute mark. Melissa, it has been absolutely wonderful just having a real, authentic conversation with you. Like we come on to YouTube and Facebook and all the places. And I know a lot of times people look at us and think like, oh my gosh, you speak so well. Oh my gosh, you know all the stuff. Oh, it must be perfect in your life. Like, how are you doing? Mm-mm, mm-mm. We are all works in progress. We are all working on it, and we are working on it together and giving each other grace as we are holding one another accountable. So thank you
Right.
so much for your just transparency and authenticity, and you throwing whatever that is that you threw at whoever you threw it at.
You saw that?
I don't know how anybody could miss it, honey. That was a straight up mama moment that you had right
I
there in
tried to
real
do
life.
it low.
The thing about it though, Melissa, is I think it's so important that we have these real and authentic moments. Do you know how many people there are out here right now that's trying to get something done and they got
But
a child?
their kids are, yes. Someone
They
else
have
told
a
me that
child who
too.
forgot that 10-minute speech that you and Brian just said about do
You
not open your mouth. Don't
you
say a word. Mommy is about to go live on the
and they left the room and they came back. I don't know what they
and
forgot.
they came back and forgot. The same way
Yes.
that we go into the room and
You
forget
saw
why
me
we went
show
in
it. Oh
there.
my gosh.
But I go into a room all the time and forget why I went in there. I'll be saying it out loud, like, okay, I'm going upstairs for the packing
And then
tape
you get up there
and
like,
this. And then get in there and I will come back with a box and some pants and a whole bunch of other stuff and be done loaded the printer and then come back downstairs like, but I still didn't get the packing
yeah.
tape. So
Well,
when your 10-year-old and your 6-year-old and your 11-year-old come back in the room and forget that they were supposed to be quiet, girl, give them some grace. We all
and I was
do.
mad, like Brian was nowhere near around, so I could like kind of
He
give him
forgot to.
some
He
fingers.
forgot to. We all
And
forgot.
he was upstairs. But it's funny though, I was on a FaceTime with someone, doing the thing, and one of my kids happened to holler something up, and I already gave them a speech. And I was like, I'm so sorry. They was like, no, it's good to see that, it's normal.
Reality.
You say you're a mom. I'm supposed to hear your kids in
Reality.
the background. I was like, okay, all
Exactly. Exactly. It's reality. Phones die. Kids need a snack in their mind. And yeah, it's reality. We're real people. We are real people out here living real lives and getting it how we live for real.
right.
So yes, thank you for giving us this window into your real life world.
For real life. And when I
Yes,
was the whole time smiling, I'm thinking like they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it when I'm
they
done.
better not. They better not. It's all good. We are real people living real lives here. All right. So we are over our time. So I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you for those who have watched. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you to all of our friends, family, and customers for constantly supporting us and loving on us and just
Yeah.
continuing to be here for us. I'm with you, Nicole. Don't give it to them. They just doing what they do. 10 can only be 10. Now you can't expect them to be 30. They can only be 10. That's all they know
How's
how to
my
do.
11 and 6-year-old?
Uh-huh.
I mean, 11 and 7-year-old.
Yep, that's all they know how to do is be 11 and 7. Girl, let it go. So we will see you all next Monday. I believe next Monday is our birthday party. So if you have a November birthday, reach out to your consultant. Make sure that she knows so that you can join us for our birthday mingle. And until then, you are all beautiful and we love you and we will see you very, very soon.